Right, hello, this is Susan. I am going to put my video on as well, would be helpful. Okay, it's kind of like April Fool's here for me, okay? The reason why I say that is because I've only recorded half of this presentation. So I had over 100 people that had turned up, which is quite good going. And the reality is I'm having to redo this presentation so that you do get the recording, which a lot of people have asked for. So apologies, because we did have a little bit of fun when I was speaking to people, but that's not going to be there. So you've just got me. So what we're going to talk about today, and maybe it's going to be quicker, yeah, you could say, okay, what we're going to be doing today is talking about how to get LinkedIn connections and turning those into customers. And how to do that, without having to spend even one penny on advertisements, okay? So I want to make it clear who this website is for and who it isn't for, because I don't want to waste your time. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sure you've got better things to do in your life than be and, listen to my webinar and figure out at the end of it, actually, this wouldn't work for my business. So I'm going to be really upfront and transparent straight away. And that is, if you have got a product or service that is below £500, actually, this LinkedIn stuff is probably not the best thing for your business. And the reason why I say this is because you're trying to generate a conversation with an individual person. So, you can't sell a £5 book because it's wasting your time. It's not economical, to have a conversation to sell your book. So you need to look at it just black and white as it is. So your package or your service, in my eyes, needs to be £500 or more. And what this is not about, okay, let's make it really super clear to everybody. I am not going to teach you that simply by posting pretty little LinkedIn pictures on LinkedIn is actually going to get you consistent clients. But I know for a fact that a lot of people feel that that's what they need to be doing. Actually, what you need to be spending your time on is actually spending time sending a direct message to an individual that can actually hire you or buy from you in some capacity. So if I had to choose between posting little pictures on LinkedIn's newsfeed or sending a direct message, the direct message would always win. So I'm not saying it's not valid. Obviously, this builds brand awareness, but am I saying that this is going to build consistent clients for you? Absolutely not. So this is nothing to do with about designing pretty pictures on Canva, posting it to your LinkedIn profile and automatically getting an influx of customers. It doesn't work like that. So I wanted to make that particularly clear to people. That's not what I do. In this presentation though, I am going to show you actual results. So it's not just me that does all this. I have a team of people and they're fantastic at what they do. We have been working really hard in COVID times and we've actually got real great case studies of clients that have actually got really fantastic results. And I'm going to share that with you so you can see what I'm saying actually works. So one of the questions that I did ask people, just so that you know that you're in the right spot, is that this webinar is for you if you have never used LinkedIn at all to find a client, and you could be A, or B, you've used LinkedIn before but never got the results that you wanted, or C, you're killing it on LinkedIn and you're just looking for ways to multiply those results. So whether you're A, B, or C, this presentation is going to be incredibly useful. And so stay with me as I go through this. Okay, so what are you going to discover on the call today? I am going to go through a framework that I use. So everything that I talk about, we have a system. Our team, my team, has a system of what they're doing. It's not just, oh, let's make it up today. Yeah, we have a system, and that system is called the LEAD framework. And what I really want to drive home to people is it's not just about working out, oh, I want to write this message, but I don't want to do the other points. You've got to look at it like a jigsaw puzzle piece. So everything fits together. If you don't have one part working, obviously it impacts the results that you're going to get. So the first thing that in this LEAD framework is that you need to leverage your LinkedIn profile. The reality is that most people's LinkedIn profiles are crap You don't recognize that though. You think what you've got is good. But what I'm going to say and what I'm going to prove on this call is that actually your LinkedIn profile does not sell. Okay, and I'm going to prove that today. I'm going to show you part of our framework is that you need to E for engage. So you need to identify your decision makers, your gatekeepers, and you need to identify who these people are. So if we look at it in a very basic way, LinkedIn is a huge database, and what we do with clients on a one-to-one basis or a group model basis is we will work out where your clients are, who they are, so you're able to message them and get a direct, to message them to see if they're interested in what you're offering. But you need to be figuring out who they are, and that's one of the things, again, we've got a clear process of how we would do that. A is, the lead process is acquire. Okay, I haven't got that down, but it's called A is for acquire. So what we're trying to do is acquire or get clients, and we do that through conversations. So my point is the more conversations that you have, the better your balance will be. So let's make it a no-brainer so you understand what I'm on about. You know, and I've tried to make this clear, that we're trying to get more conversations because of the package that you offer. Well, the more conversations you have with the right people, the more money that you're going to make. It is simple as that. And D is how you can delegate, automate, and scale up. So if you want to do this, how we can make it possible that you can do this yourself and get the results that you need. Okay. So we've covered quite a bit already. But I want to make it clear that there's a reason why people are not doing this already. And I don't care whether you want to use LinkedIn or you don't want to use LinkedIn. You know, you have got loads of marketing mediums out there, and I'm not trying to force LinkedIn down. I'm going to be really honest with you. You know, there could be other platforms that work just as well. But I'm going to give you the reasons why LinkedIn might work for you and why it might not work for you, which I've already done. So one of the things that I love LinkedIn is that you don't have to pay for adverts. Yeah, you don't have to pay 1 cent. Okay. And, but at the same time, the reason why people don't do these things, is because it takes time and people don't have the time to do it. The problem, though, that we've got is that you actually do need time, to actually put it in place. But what I'm going to do today is show you how you can make this happen with the lack of time or your time starved, so you can actually put this into place. But I am going to be honest with you. I'm going to say to you, you need to be utilizing some kind of marketing means, because if you're not, you can't generate clients. And I understand, believe it or not, I understand that, if you don't go into business to sell something, to do marketing. You go in it because you're offering a service and that's what you're good at. But I'm sure by now that you've all recognized that in order to sell something, you need to be good at sales. So if you're not liking the sales part of this, I've got to be honest with you, you've still got to do something. It needs to be like breathing, and it needs to be happening all the time in the background. So whether you like it or not, this needs to happen. Whether you like LinkedIn or not, you need to have something that is happening. But again, I'm going to, the main reason why we don't do it is because we're time starved, and I'm going to show you how you can do it without, even if you've got a lack of time available. And maybe as well that, you were using something else, you were using networking meetings in the past, and you've recognized actually with COVID, that's not going to work anymore. Okay, sad but true. So I want to give you all a clean slate. It doesn't matter if you think, oh, I should be doing this, I didn't do this. It doesn't matter. Let's wave this magic wand, go poof. Yeah, it's okay, because I'm going to show you a process of why it's okay and what you need to be doing instead. So leads me to my story. So when I started what I did, or what I do, I was actually a career coach. That was who I was and what I did. And what I recognized is that I was pretty crap at getting clients. In fact, I was pretty awful. And I recognized only when I had no money, I was on the dole, as you would say in the UK, that my whole approach had been wrong. And maybe that's what you feel like at this moment in time, you know, with COVID, that your approach is wrong. What was working previously is not working now. I've been there and I've got that t-shirt. But the breakthrough came for me is when that I finally learned it actually has nothing to do with being on all marketing platforms. You don't have to be. Yeah, how many of us are on like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Actually, I'm going to give you permission. You just need to pick one and you need to do it incredibly well. So if you pick Facebook, then guess what? You're going to have to invest in adverts. Okay, you're going to have to put some money into it to get it moving. But if you decide that you're going to use LinkedIn, it's a great way to connect with people and to get those conversations started. But remember what I said, you know, if you're time starved, which most of us are, you don't have to be on every marketing platform. You just need to utilize one and do it incredibly well. And most people don't do that. So that was my epiphany in some senses. And this is why I teach what I do. Okay, because I recognize that to generate clients, yeah, you have to do something each and every day. And if you don't, you need to outsource it. Okay, you need to look at who is going to do it instead. Because if you don't do that, your business is basically a hobby. And I've been guilty of this myself. I like to think that I'm good at what I do. I've got loads of books on Amazon, and I will send you a copy of my gorgeous book, which is Get Clients Chasing You: How to Attract Your Ideal Client Using LinkedIn. If you want, you can actually go to this URL and get a copy yourself, okay, for free. You can buy it, but why would you when I just gave you this link, okay? Well, I'm hoping I'm proving the credibility. That's why I'm doing it, if I'm honest. It was to give me credibility to what I'm doing. But the point is that nobody teaches this in school. I've had to learn it the long, hard slog route. You don't need to. I'm basically giving you kind of the way forward, the strategy, the strategic plan, and I will do it with you or do it for you. Your choice is yours. Okay, so I've mentioned this time and time again, but there is a big elephant in the room, and the elephant is time. Most people don't do this type of stuff because they don't have the time. And I need you to be honest with yourself. If you don't have the time for marketing, the question I'm going to ask you is, what are you going to do to give yourself the time? Are you going to basically outsource this activity? You're going to give it to a sales person to do this activity. So I train sales teams to be able to do it, entrepreneurs to do it themselves, or I do it with you. But you need to be working out what is it that you're going to do. It's no good to say, well, actually, I'm not going to do anything, because if you do that, you just end up in feast and famine. So the biggest question that you need to be asking is, if I don't use LinkedIn, what am I going to be using? Because what you do, if you don't do something, you just end up in this feast and famine situation where you've got 3 or 4 months off. That's the reality. And I know that a lot of you, if you listen to this recording now, will agree with that. So let's make it simple, this marketing stuff. The more conversations you have with the right people, it is that simple, the more money that you are going to make. That easy. Yeah, not complicated. But the reality is most people are invisible, okay? And I'm going to prove that to you, that you're invisible on LinkedIn. You don't like me to tell you this, but it's true. So if you jump onto LinkedIn, and again, you know, you can stop this recording, jump onto LinkedIn for me, or get your phone out, get your iPad or whatever you've got, go to the home button on LinkedIn, left-hand side of the screen, lovely picture of yourself. Underneath the picture, there will be how many people have viewed your profile. And on average, people might have something between 40 to maybe 300. If you're over maybe 350 or 400, you're doing pretty well. But what that KPI means, if you're below maybe the 400 mark, it means that your profile is only getting seen over that period, over 90 days. And there's the problem, okay? Because, you know, it's not rocket science. The more people that see you, the more chance that you are of getting hired. So you can see my profile. I make a big play on making sure that people see my profile, because I recognize the more people that see me, the more chances that I and get hired. And that's really important. That's what I'm looking to do. So think about your own KPI. What is that KPI saying for you? Yeah. What is it saying for you? Is it going to be useful? Is it not? Okay. What can we do to make that better? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually, I promised you that I would share some success stories with you, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my website, which is not live yet. So this is my little website. I've got like it sharing on a like partial screen, so it doesn't look the best at the moment. But the point that I wanted to really emphasize to you is that is really that the case studies we've used are in COVID. And I think that's more impressive because we're in a real tough situation at the moment. And I'm going to share with you on this call, not all in one go, but I'm going to share with you the results that we've got for the clients. So there was a lady that we worked with, her name was Marie, lovely lady. And what we did is that we actually, she actually is, she works in PR. Okay, so PR, words are her thing, yeah, communication. And when she came to us, she was a bit skeptical, but actually it was from a recommendation, so that was really nice. And what she found that was really useful is that one of the things that we'll always do with people is we will revamp your LinkedIn profiles to make it fit for purpose. And I'm just going to say, despite the fact that I'm a great writer and work in communications, it's not human nature to really shout about how great we are and what we do. So using a trusted third party was a really great experience in using a unique way to approach the business, which also makes our results successful and rewording it in such a way that people can see, relate and understand. Not only did we get an overall amount of responses from some lovely brands, and just to make it clear, this PR company in London has represented brands like Lacoste or Radley. So it was quite touching. Yeah, if I'm being really honest with you, that we got this recommendation to how good we were. And so using trusted third party was great. And not only did we get an overall response from some lovely brands, we're already in discussion with signing a couple of brands off the back of this campaign. And just to make you totally aware, this campaign happened in December. We didn't run it for a whole month, as you can imagine, because it's Christmas. Yeah, so we actually stopped this campaign by the 19th of December, but still she got really great results. And I'm just going to show you those results. In the first month, it secured, 19 days, secured 230 connections and generated 40 discussions with 20 warm leads and appointments booked, 2 of which are at a later stage with the ideal customer. And that is what we do for clients. Okay, I'm going to go back to the website, but I just wanted to kind of showcase, could have used this case study, but I wanted to give you, some idea of what that would look like. Now, what that means is that it means that a direct message is going to go into your LinkedIn inbox. So remember, my phrase is the money is in the inbox, because it is. Because they're the people that are going to be contacting you to say, hey, let's speak, let's have a conversation, let's jump on Zoom. So if you're really serious about looking at what to do and you're really serious about looking at using LinkedIn, then you're going to need to get LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and you can get it for free for 30 days. And if you Google it and go 30 days free LinkedIn Sales Navigator, it will come up. Okay. And the reason why I like LinkedIn Sales Navigator is because you can actually define your perfect prospect, because it will give you a number of parameters that you can use. So you can search by, I don't know, job title, for example, or geographic location, or the sector. So it's pretty good, or even the size of the organization. So LinkedIn Sales Navigator to me is really important, because I want to get this because I need to be sending a lot of messages out. So keep on remembering that phrase. Yeah, the money is in the inbox. And although I can't go through the whole of the framework that I talked about, the lead framework, I am going to talk about the conversational aspect of this. And just to make it again clear to you, there is a formula. Got to keep on saying that, don't I? But we do. We have formulas to everything that we do, that, to generate conversations. And so they need to be friendly, conversational, not overly salesy. And there needs to be kind of 4 key components to that. So one of them is that they need to have interest. Ask if there's interest in what you're doing. Yeah. Are they generally interested in what you offer? You need to give them something of value. Yeah. So it's not about you, it's actually about your potential client, or that contract that you're trying to win over. What is it that they need and want? And it's important to get their agreement as well. If you want to send them something, yeah, get them to buy into it. And so you can say, hey, pick A, B, or C, reply back with A, B, or C, and I will send it back to you. But you're getting their engagement. And if you do pitch, make it no stress. Yeah, you've told them that there's no problem. And if they're not interested, hey, we can still be friends. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually show you the messages that I use. But I want to kind of make this clear to you. The messages I use, you don't need to be kind of saying to yourself, well, they're not going to work for me. What works for me might not work for you. And that's probably going to be very true, to be honest with you. But if we were working with a client, we will work out exactly what would work for you and what you're comfortable with us sending. Okay. So one of the messages that we actually use is an invitation to connect. So one of the things that we do is we'd say hi. We would always personalize the name, and and this is what I do. I say, your name's popped up in the LinkedIn box suggestions twice now. So I looked at your profile. Can we connect? A lot of people might not be able to go, I'd like to surround myself with happy, positive people, but I can get away with that. But you probably can't. Okay. I don't know why I can, but I can, but you probably can't. So you need to kind of work out, another option for you could be, hey, name, you and I work in similar industries. It'd be great to connect. Yeah, thanks. And your name. Okay, it can be that simple. Your invite message can only be 300 characters. I would definitely not stress any pitch in that connection message. Then the welcome message. It's really important to send a welcome message. And my welcome message is like, hey, thanks for connecting. It's great to get in touch. And I'm really kind of saying like, hey, this is a little bit about me, what I do. But then, I've said I'd love to hear more about you. So feel free to reply back. Yeah. So again, that could be something that you might want to utilize. And then, the next message is what I call the added value message. So for me, and again, I've got 2 books. You probably don't have 2 books on Amazon, and I'm not saying that you should in any way, and you can look at something else, but I'm trying to add value. So I'm saying, hey, I've got currently 2 books on Amazon. Don't worry, I'm not asking you to buy it. Would you like book 1 or book 2? Simply reply back with yes, and let me know which one you prefer. Okay, if you do. So I've made it very simple for people to reply back. So you can see I'm actually following my own format. Okay, my own formula, which is there. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. Okay, and then I could do another added value messages if I want, but the same one might be where I'm looking to, it's called the chat invitation. Don't want to spoil things going into the big pitch, but hey, would you be interested in this? But if not, it'd be great to be friends. Now, I'm probably scaring a lot of people at this moment because you're going, what the hell? She's told me that it doesn't need to be this complicated. It doesn't need to be. But I get told a lot of the time that my first message that I send out, I get really great invites, connections. I get the connection request. They accept it. But then what happens is actually nobody actually then buys. I send them the next message and that's it. It's a dead engagement. The reason being is a number of reasons, but one of them could be the message strategy that you've got going, or maybe you're just sending 2 messages. We see this as a sales process. meaning that we do not give up after our second message. We will continue to send messages, maximum 4, okay, until we get some type of engagement. So things to consider, if you're already connected to that person, then you might just focus on maybe sending them 2 or 3 messages. But if it's a new connection, you could be looking at maybe 3 or 4 messages really that you need to spread out. So you're not going to send the invite message, then you're not going to send, the next message on Monday, the next message on Tuesday, the next message. It needs to be delicately spread. So yeah, there is a lot of work to this. I'm not lying to you. There is a lot of work. So again, you need to come back to the point of, okay, who is going to do this? Because you need to track what you're doing. You need to have a spreadsheet up. You need to know when you sent that message, when you're going to follow up with the other message, and when you're going to reply to people. So this is what we take off. We have got a done for you approach and we've done with you approach. And we will teach you exactly how to do it in the framework, the lead framework that we've discussed. So just to kind of advocate, you could be sending maybe 50 or 60 invite requests per day. Yeah, Monday to Friday. And those follow-up messages in a sequence. So realistically, think about it. You could be sending one person 4 messages, and that's what we do. We can take this away from you so you don't have to do it. Okay, one of the things that you could do is also be nice to people. And if it's somebody's birthday, you could be, hey, I noticed it's your birthday, happy birthday. So we call this action 3. But the thing is that you've got to get something from it yourself other than wishing somebody a happy birthday. Makes sense, yeah? So if I was doing it, then I might say happy birthday. And if they come back to me, and 99% of the times that they do, because there's a standard message on LinkedIn that just says hit reply, then which says thanks for wishing me a happy birthday or something, and people just hit that message, then by doing so, then you can send a follow-up message and say, hi, not a problem, now I've got you. Yeah, would you be interested in? So for me, if it was a birthday message, I'd be go, hi, now I've got you, would you be interested in my book? Book 1 or book 2. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not trying to ask you to buy it. Just thought it'd be nice as a little birthday present, something along those words. So again, what we're trying to do all the way through this is develop conversations. That's it. We're looking at driving conversations. So success is a sum of small efforts, repeated day in, day out. It's a scary thought, but it is incredibly true. So to be consistent or to be successful, you have to be consistent. So if you're deciding that you want to DIY this, then you've got to be honest with yourself. Are you really going to do it? Yeah. If you've got no clients at the moment, then this is what you want to be doing every single day until you get a client. By the way, that's true. Yeah, if you've got 50% clients and you need another 50 because that's 50%, then you need to be using the other 50% on this each week. Yeah, but if you're thinking to yourself, this is not my bag, I don't want to do this, and you need to be thinking, okay, if I got a sales team, can they do it? Because we can teach that sales team. Or, yeah, can somebody do it, and could you outsource it to somebody? And yes, you can. It's me. Okay. So let's just recap so far. So, because we've gone through a lot. So if I had to kind of spell it out what we've gone through so far, I would say direct messages win against LinkedIn newsfeed. Okay, if I had a choice of which one I had to do more, I would go with direct messages. You need to understand your KPI. If people can't see you, well, they can't hire you. That's why I did that game. You really need to be aiming at something over 400, okay? To sell via LinkedIn, and I'm going to make this clear to you again, it's like a jigsaw puzzle piece. We've got the lead system, we've got a formula. It's about putting those pieces together. If one piece doesn't work properly, the system doesn't work properly, okay? And you need to recognize that you just don't send one message. You need to send a series of messages, 4 messages over a period of time. And that formula is called the money is in the inbox, because it is. And LinkedIn works best when you've got a product or service worth £500 or more. So remember, this is my lead program. This is my method for success. This is what we do. And as you know, I've really focused not on every part of the profile, but I've really tried to give you more emphasis on how to get conversations going, to drive those phone conversations and meetings. Okay, but I am going to go through each bit in a little bit more detail. And one of the things that I find is that most people don't recognize that their LinkedIn profile is pretty naff. And you need to understand that your profile needs to be designed to sell. And if it's not designed to sell, then it's going to be hard for you to sell. Makes sense, but most people don't see it. And I am going to spell this out. So one big thing, if you get this one big thing, I hope you get it. And I'm sure you will in a second when I explain it. If you want people to buy from you, your profile needs to be optimized to sell. And 99% are not, but 99% of people believe that their profile is good. And I'm going to prove why it's not. So I've got a profile here. I've actually removed the name of this company. I've just picked somebody from LinkedIn, and they call themselves an executive business consultant. So they're a business, they're trying to sell their services. And we're just going to look at it. Passionate, committed business entrepreneur with extensive experience driving performance transformation for a range of highly regulated global organizations. My professional tennis and motorsport background, as well as a decade at the forefront of Formula One operations, redefine my business, blah, blah, blah. Now, the thing is with this profile is that I don't know what you're offering me. Full stop. I know you're a business consultant, but I don't understand. It's all about you. Right? That's what I'm trying to say. It's all about you. And actually the LinkedIn profile, this is the crutch of it. It's nothing about you. It's about your clients. So really what we need to be aiming for when we create a LinkedIn profile, it's the ultimate result that you deliver to clients. And as you can clearly see, it's kind of reading kind of like a CV. Really what we need to be doing is identifying, well, what types of organizations, who is it, who can you offer? Because it probably isn't every organization, is it? Yeah. What size of organization, what pain points do you offer? So the reality is if you get a LinkedIn message, and this client, remember I don't know if you got a message from me, but I sent an email out to everybody and saying, hey, what would you like to know? And one of the things that came across from that email is somebody said, my connection rate is brilliant. Yeah, I connect with loads of different people. That's great. I send my second message and it's not really great. Okay. Meaning that it's not actually generating that client. So sorry, it's not leading to a sale. That's what I'm trying to say. So they connect with somebody. Yeah, they connect with that person, but then the second message fails. And partly the reason why that failed is because what is happening is people don't, what is the thing that they're likely to do? Let's really look at this in a no-brainer way, like really obvious. When you get a message from somebody, what are you likely to do? You're either likely to ignore it or go and look at who sent you that message. And that's my problem. Yeah. Most people need to be a detective to work out what the hell you do. That's the honest to God truth. Yeah. So I can't tell from this person, what they do, really, apart from they're a business consultant to who, what sector, is it Formula One? I don't know. I don't get it. So the only way for me to figure it out is actually to go onto your website, if you've got one, and figure it out there. And my argument is most people are not going to do this. Yeah. So the profile needs to be clearly articulated so it's easy to understand. Another reason why I've highlighted this here is that this person put the name of the company down in the tagline. But again, my argument is unless you're Bill Gates, Apple or Google, I don't know what that is. I don't know what your company is. Yeah. So again, that doesn't help me. So you need to be focusing. The whole thing needs to be changed. So if you've got a profile that looks something like this, it's not going to work for you to convert people to buy from you. Okay, so one of the next things that we knew is we need to engage. You need to exploit LinkedIn's database. Again, we will do this with you or for you, but think of future bosses, future clients, existing connections, people that you should be connected to but are not, gatekeepers. They're all the different people, and you know that they're going to have different messages. Yeah, you're not going to possibly have the same message to somebody that you know and connected to somebody that you're not connected with at the moment. See? So that's what we will do, is make sure that the messages for every audience is defined. Acquire, we've talked about this. I've showed you my messaging strategy. And again, I think I've made it clear. You don't give up after the second go. You create a series of messages. And what we will also do is delegate, automate, and scale up. So we can take this from you, do it all. You'd have your own LinkedIn campaign manager. We'll send you metrics each week. And by the way, what we've also done to improve our services, each week you will have a call with your campaign manager to look at the progress. If we think something's not working properly, we would tell you. Okay, but what we're doing this year is we're going to be teaching this as well in a group type model done with you. But if you want us to do it for you, we can do that too. So again, I've got another example of a company that we've worked with, again in COVID. I'm just going to share with you. I've gone to the wrong page. Well, hey ho, these are the case studies. I'm going to show you Alan. Okay, so Alan worked with premium brands. He was a business consultant. Okay, we did, I'm going to just share with you what his testimonial was. It's quite a big one. Okay, so he started work with us. There's a team of us, so if I haven't said that, apologies, in June. And it had been a tough year, and he wasn't really convinced that LinkedIn marketing campaign, his expectations weren't high. But he gave it a go. And as soon as he started working with Annie to revamp the profile, okay, and create the messages, he knew he was in good hands and it wasn't just fluff. I didn't realise just how important having the right profile was. He worked with Usama, he's our tech guy, fantastic guy. And within first month, I was in discussion with 25 potential clients and had 11 appointments booked in my diary. And to be honest, we're struggling to keep up with the work to respond. Now, a few months down the line, with some 600 connections gained, I'm now working with 3 high-value consulting businesses. I've also added a non-executive portfolio as well. And Annie and Usama were an absolute delight to work with. Okay, couldn't highlight it enough. He actually referred us to other clients as well. So there you go. This goes on further enough. But I wanted to show you this because what we do is good. It is. So the proof is in the pudding. So to get consistent clients, I'm sorry, it does not happen by luck or chance. You need to have that winning LinkedIn blueprint. So get in touch with us. Yeah, there's my personal email. If you want a done for you system, I would say to you that it's at least a minimum of £2,000. If you're looking to do something like that, that's what you want to be doing. And by all means, we can have a conversation and look at how that would be working. But you need to know that before we have that conversation. Okay, don't want to scare anybody. But if you want done with you, we've also got that option as well. So you've got the option of either doing it alone, DIY, which doesn't really get you the results. It's very slow going and you're wasting opportunities. But what we're doing at the moment is we're doing this package. It's called the live, because it is live, and Annie will be joining us. It's a done with you approach, step by step, on how to create the right LinkedIn profile that sells you and your company. Okay, it's going to be on the 4th of February, 12 p.m. UK time, and we're going to work through this one-to-one with, well, not one group model. Okay, we're going to work through this of how you create that winning profile. Okay, now I have ultimately made this like a no-brainer offer. I like to think of it as a no-brainer offer. And here's the reason why. Because I've created a number of bonuses for you for this package, one of which is 47 pages of done for you LinkedIn messages. So think about it, 47 pages of done for you LinkedIn messages on every occasion that you could think about. You're going to get a copy of that book. We're also going to review your LinkedIn profile. So at the end of that session that you have, Annie's going to be on the call. It's going to be kind of like, I'm going to show you the formula. We're going to dig it all out. We're going to potentially have hot seats and work out your USP, your unique selling point, why people need to hire you. But not only will we do that on the call, we will also review your content 7 days after the masterclass. So you send that back, we'll provide you with further recommendations of how to improve that profile. Now, this is what I think is like the biggest bonus ever. If you come on that class, I will spend an hour with you to look at how we can take your business to the next level. So that's what you're actually going to get. We'll sit down, look at it personally to your business, to your goals, of what you need to do to take that and make it more of a sales machine. I'm also going to share with you the LinkedIn event formula that we use for LinkedIn and how we got bums on seats. We did actually get 100 people on the call. It's kind of like sod's law that I'm having to do this presentation with nobody here, but hey ho, that is truthful. And we will also give you a gift voucher. So the gift voucher is $199, and there's a hint. That's the cost of this masterclass. It's just $199. We will refund you back with a gift voucher for that price, which you can use off the LSA, LinkedIn Success Academy services, within the next 12 months. So ultimately, that's what you're going to get. Those bonuses are worth £600. You get everything for $199, and we've even done it a cute little way, which is called multi-price, and split over with 30 days apart. So you save yourself with, one price, or just paying all one go. That's what I'm trying to say, of $199. Okay, we've actually created a guarantee. Okay, so anybody that attends live with me and goes, God, that was absolutely awful, I want my money back. Fair enough. As long as you let me know immediately, I will give you the full money back. Okay, not a problem. But you need to attend live for that session. Okay, so just to give you where you need to be going, that is the link. It's called the linkedinsuccessacademy.com/LinkedIn profile masterclass. That is the link. And if you're watching this email or recording at this moment, you've probably got it in an email somewhere as well. If you can't attend, a recording will be sent as well. Okay. But if you've got a business where you're looking for something done for you, we've got fantastic results. I'm hoping to get my lovely website all ready for next week, where it's live, okay, and we can share with you what we've done. But you've seen some of the results. I don't want to bore you with the, every single example, but there is plenty of examples on that website. So I'm hoping, if you are interested and you're a company and you want more of a one-to-one approach, then that's probably this link is the link that you need, which is just here, okay? Otherwise, email me, okay? Just simply email me, which is susanbeck@live.co.uk. If you've got an email, just hit reply to that email and I'm sure I'll get it. Okay, so thank you so much for being or listening to this call. And I'm hoping that you found it useful. It's not going to change my life, if I get 199s, let's be honest, but I'm thinking that with COVID, it's going to make a difference to some people's businesses. So our team and I really wanted to go down this road and offer our services to more people. So I really hope that you will join us. To make it very clear to you, this is a beta program, meaning we've never done a group model before. That is why the price is simply $199. Okay, so that's why you're getting it at this rate. So that's my LinkedIn masterclass. I'm sure you've got it on the link in the email, and you just need to scroll down. And if you scroll down, fair enough, you will see how to pay. And you've got two options, okay, in terms of what you would like to do. So if you've got any questions to what I've said, feel free to hit reply to the email when you've got this video, and we can jump on a call if needed. But hopefully I see you on this. I see you joining. Okay, take care. Bye.